Hi, I'm Jeffrey. I'm a licensed therapist and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll go over a cognitive distortion called catastrophizing. First, I'm going to go over what catastrophizing is. Then, I will give you a few examples of catastrophizing. I will then provide the causes or reasons as to why we catastrophize. And lastly, I will give you 2 cognitive behavioral tools to decatastrophize almost any situation. Let's get into it. Catastrophizing is a thought pattern where a person sees a mildly negative situation and quickly escalates it to the worst possible scenario. Let me give you a few examples. Let's say that you make a mistake at work and you think, oh no, my boss will find out, and then I'm gonna get fired. Then I'm not going to be able to have money to pay the bills and I'm going to get evicted. And then I'm going to end up living in the streets. Example number 2. Going into a social event, you might think, oh no, I'm going to say the wrong thing and everyone is going to make fun of me and laugh at me. Not only that, but they're going to talk about it for days on end. Last example. Let's say that you're playing a sport and it's a sport that you're trying to get better at. And let's say that you make a small mistake and then you think to yourself, that's it. I will never get any better. I am forever doomed. I will be terrible at this sport forever. We catastrophize because our brain tries to prepare us for the worst possible outcomes. We catastrophize because our brain tries to prepare us for the worst possible outcome. This is typically the result of trauma or visceral trauma mixed with a genetic predisposition to anxiety. More than likely, you suffered or witnessed a situation where the worst case scenario played out. It's also possible that you heard your caregivers constantly catastrophizing, and their voice became your voice. Their worries became your worries. These are some of the many causes of catastrophizing, and the result is a lot of unnecessary anxiety that prevents you from living life to your fullest. So what can you do about it? The first cognitive behavioral tool is labeling the thought, noticing that you're jumping to negative conclusions, having that awareness, seeing it happening in real time, and being able to label the thought is half the battle. Let's say that you're feeling anxious and you notice that you're jumping to the worst possible conclusions. Catch yourself and say to yourself, I am catastrophizing. Catching yourself will stop your brain from spiraling. This is because you become aware that your catastrophizing thoughts are not 100% true or are not useful. The second cognitive behavioral tool is to train your mind to think of the most likely scenario as opposed to the worst case scenario. This can be done when you're catastrophizing, but it can also be done in everyday life. When thinking of any situation, ask yourself, what's the most likely scenario? What is most likely to happen here? What is most likely to occur? The more you train your mind to answer these questions, the more your mind will automatically assume the most likely scenario as opposed to the worst case scenario. Those are 2 tools that you can use on a daily basis to start decatastrophizing situations. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And for more content like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you and see you in the next one.